All right, so my name is Chris. I am Director of Software Development, 4.5 years at TeamViewer. You all know TeamViewer, I guess. Yeah, at least once at your lifetime you wanted to support your parents with their problems of connecting to Facebook or whatever other platform. But we are more than this. We have many other use cases. One example is Mercedes uses our system in order to bring support to other factories that are far away, and usually they had to do travel costs, etc. And currently with TeamViewer, an expert can just be in another factory in seconds. Recently, we introduced another product for the Apple Vision Pro, the spatial support, which is a really new, cool product for us. Basically, a supporter can see a representation, a 3D representation of an item, of a machine, or whatever on their new glasses, new Apple glasses, and then they can give support to whoever is on the other side. Those are a few things about TeamViewer and what we do. And today I would like to discuss with you about how to manage a multi-stack project, how you can organize it better, and how to avoid loopholes and getting bored. The multi-stack project that we will discuss about is a C# backend project with .NET, React frontend, Jetpack Compose for Android, and Swift UI for iOS. I know can seem like a lot, but if you are an one-person show, let's say, sometimes you have to do all those different technologies, but you also have to make sure that you don't get bored or you don't get to a loophole to cut corners or whatever. All right, so what are the requirements? You have to have a good understanding of how an API works, how the API communicates with the web application and the mobile applications. Changes on one should not break the other. So if you want to create something for the web application, you should make sure that this will not break your mobile applications, which sometimes is tricky and requires a bit of attention from either you or the development team altogether. You need to also have a common agreed upon model. So you will name this function this, you will name this variable this, and I will follow as a mobile developer or as a web developer. And of course, the same should happen on the backend side. So adding functionality requires a lot of changes, many platforms. And if you don't document it, then things will break. See what I did there? Will is all capital, because if you don't document it, things will break eventually, if you're not careful. All right, so again about the app. The database is MySQL inside a simple Docker container. But we will not cover this today. Then the backend is on .NET C#, Web, React.js, Redux, and Tailwind, and then the mobile is on Jetpack Compose and Swift UI. Quite a lot of tech stack to cover by either one team or one person. All right, the app looks like this. So basically, this is the controller on C#. I hope you see it. Please don't judge me because I don't have a service and just a controller. I did it really fast, so I didn't create one. And yeah, on the right-hand side, basically is the web application, what the user eventually will see. And this is the mobile application written on Jetpack Compose, the newly created framework by Google to create mobile applications, especially on Android. And that's it. Then adding a new feature comes to place. You get excited, very, very excited, because you like building new features. But then you remember that you have to create all those models for all these different technology stacks, C#, TypeScript, Kotlin, Swift. You also have to create the network code, all the HTTP requests, etc., the logic. This gets boring. I mean, you will get excited very fast, and then poof, you will fall on the rabbit hole of not wanting to do this feature anymore because, yeah, too much work for something simple. So I would like to introduce to you OpenAPI. Don't confuse it with OpenAI. These have been with us for way longer. It was implemented by some folks with Swagger. And what is OpenAPI? Basically, you can create a specification that will build and document RESTful APIs. It usually is written either with JSON or with YAML. In this specific example that I will show you, it's written in YAML because it's cool. Most of us know it. It supports inheritance and other cool stuff that if you like this, you will really enjoy it. This promotes collaboration between different teams. Everyone can work together. Nothing will break eventually, and this will make testing and development way faster for your teams, especially if you are an open API first project. Right? How it looks like. Let's say that we want to build a to-do application like we did before. You create a YAML schema, basically contains all the things that you want your to-do object to contain, an ID, a name, if it is done or not, created that, updated that, and deleted that if the table is paranoid. And then, on the other hand side, you have the paths. Basically, it's a representation, direct representation of your API paths. How you want your API to be structured and what kind of functionality you will have in this API. In this example, we have the to-do, get, we have a summary, a description, and we can also add whatever else we want in this schema. Basically, they put, paths, delete all the RESTful API endpoints, and then you can also add different points in the future, and it makes things way faster. And eventually what you get, first of all, a very well-documented API written in YAML or JSON. Then you can automatically generate network code for the models and also the HTTP requests, and the backend functions will be automatically generated. So the stubs on the backend side for any platform that you use. So you can have generators to generate the NPM packages, to generate the Maven packages, or the C# stubs for your backend. And then you can just use it, but you've written it only once. All the rest is handled by this cool new tool. This can also be included in your CI pipelines. So basically, if you are a big team on a big project, you can create your CI that whenever you push your changes, it will make its magic, and then you will get new versioned libraries. Everything will work together, and you can automatically test everything. You can put it on different projects, etc., etc. And eventually, if you decide, for example, I want to switch from C# to Java, cool, just generate the stubs, and then everything will be there. At least the boring stuff, which is the models and generating the network code. All right, now how it looks eventually. You make your YAML changes, you push them to your branch, then you let the CI/CD make its magic, and then you get fresh version packages for your projects, for your new feature, for whatever you want. You update the stack with your new packages, and then implement your new feature, happy as ever. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will go then home and find something to read.
Thank you. We have some time for some questions if anybody wants to put a couple of questions.
Yep.
Yes, please go ahead.
How do you first of all, nice talk.
Thank you.
How do you deal with the schema changes?
Okay.
In the repository and pull the latest version, or is it something?
So basically, you can do it however you want. Ideally, I would say you have a different repo, and there you update those changes because they should be versioned. But you need to follow the pattern of not breaking the previous stuff, especially for mobile applications. For example, maybe a customer did not update to the latest one. So you should make sure that you don't change a variable. You can add it, and then if you completely want to add something all new, you, for example, recreate the architecture, then you just create a new schema, and you have a second API, basically, and remove the first.
I have another question. Do you also use the generators for the clients to actually pull everything
Exactly, exactly. So basically, you have it for the backend in order to generate the stub functions. For example, on C# to get the get and all the models and the function names ready on the controller. And then on the client, you can also get libraries. So basically, you can generate NPM, Maven, or pod libraries for the mobile stuff, and then you're good to go. You can also, for the backend, you can generate NuGet packages, for example, or whatever else. And if you have an Artifactory, you can use it, and then you're cool. Thank you.
Question, if I may.
Yeah.
What's great about working at TeamViewer?
First of all, the people there are amazing. We have 4 great teams, cross-functional, mobile, web, backend. We have our Scrum Masters, one of them is here, that support us on day-to-day business, make sure that we follow the rules and the Scrum principles. Sometimes I know I make him very angry. I wouldn't say it's challenging, I would say exciting. Basically, we work on so many new cool things that it is difficult to find it in Greece in other companies, especially some years ago. But at TeamViewer, you get this fulfillment. You go home, and then sometimes I go home and I still get messages on Messenger from guys at work, like, "Hey, Chris, this bug or this new feature, I thought of it. Maybe we can do it this way." And then they ask for a call in the middle of the night to discuss it. So it's super exciting.
Best piece of advice for a university student who's looking to get a role in a company like TeamViewer?
Thank you, very nice question. Start a pet project. A pet project is something that you build on your own. It is fun for you. And this will not only help you get a career or excel at your career, it will also help you understand what you really like. So if you like AI, if you like machine learning, if you like web development, mobile development, backend development, a pet project will really help you. So think of an idea. It can be as simple as a to-do application or something a bit bigger. I don't know. If you think of it, just build it. And of course, you can also ask us on LinkedIn, find whoever, find me, ask me, hey, I have this idea, how can I start? Feel free.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.